Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for spending Memorial Day with us. I'm Tim Pham, joining meteorologist Thomas Patrick in the Weather Center. Thomas, what's the big story right now? Memorial Day really wasn't that bad of a day. I know you were giving me a hard time about the clouds, but it was a little cloudy later this afternoon.
Yeah, I went for a jog this morning, just perfect out there. A few clouds have rolled in. It's been okay in Spokane, but some other areas are actually seeing thunderstorms at this hour. And we'll take you to Doppler radar. Notice up towards Chewelah. And we do have just this batch of lightning moving through the county altogether from northeast to southwest. So you've been hearing some rumbling of thunder near Chewelah and the Inchelium area as well. That could slide towards Davenport. However, I think this is going to hug the mountains and the terrain overall. So once it gets into the Columbia Basin, I think it'll fizzle out pretty quickly. I did also notice some thunderstorms near the Grangeville area. Same story. It's over the mountains, not so much in the valleys per se, but you'll hear that rumbling near the area. Temperatures have been their warmest all weekend long, up to 74 right now in Spokane, a couple 80s out west towards Moses Lake and the Omak area. So aside from a couple of those spotty showers and thunderstorms over the mountains, we should stay relatively clear tonight, but I'll let you know how much longer we could expect some of those storms in the area and what we are expecting for the rest of this week. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Thomas. With Memorial Day in mind, we want to take a time to look at a program designed to support a growing part of the veteran population, women. Like their male counterparts, each has their own story to tell. In 2017, there were an estimated 1.6 million female veterans. That's according to the U.S. Census Bureau. If we focus on Washington State, there are well over 56,000 female veterans and more than 10,000 female veterans in Idaho. While there are various programs for male veterans, finding one specifically for women is tough. 10 years ago, a few local women were asked to design something for female veterans. They decided to host a retreat at a ranch. KREM 2's Laura Papetti shares their story.
The rain is a bit relentless on day one of this female veteran retreat. But the Western-themed getaway is not designed to be formal or fancy. The program is called Women Warriors and the Cowgirls. It's all Western. It kicks off this year with a sheep shearing lesson. Because once the 44 women get to this ranch on Green Bluff, it becomes less about being a warrior.
But when they step off that bus at the ranch, they are cowgirls for the weekend.
The retreat is designed to be a meeting place where women from all over the area can intersect and share a common bond of service. They take classes and learn about ranch life. They share some laughter and some tears.
Start talking about things that they never talked about before.
Regardless of branch, length of service, or age, it's one of the few retreats of its kind honoring female veterans. Organizers say most veteran events are designed for men.
Even I, early on, didn't think of women as vets. I thought of men as vets. And when I found out that there were women vets, I was horrified that we hadn't done more for them. And so this is our give back to them.
Jill Smith is one of the 3 women who founded the retreat. It began about 10 years ago when she and the others were approached about designing a weekend for women.
And this is one of the issues nationwide, is we don't know what to do with women vets.
While the numbers of female veterans is certainly smaller than men, women can end their service with similar struggles and lack the community connections to reach out.
A lot of them come back and they either have trauma, they feel that they're ignored, so they just kind of isolate, don't get out there, and many of them won't even admit that they are vets.
Della Chipman works in Boise counseling veterans. She brings a few women to the event each year.
Just coming through here and having people say, hey, you know what, your service mattered. It mattered.
The idea of being honored was foreign to veteran Rosita Braca. She served in the 1990s, and for years, she rarely spoke about her service. She is a survivor, dealing for more than 20 years with sadness, shame, and anger from military sexual trauma. Walking into a weekend ranch retreat 4 years ago was a defining moment in her recovery.
I can't tell you that I was in a good place 4 years ago. I really wasn't. I was to the point where I was ready to be done. I was ready just to give up. And this was like that final push. I made that promise that I'd go, and I did. And had I not come to that first retreat, I can't tell you I'd be sitting here today.
Many of the women say the highlight of the weekend is this: the Armed Forces Torchlight Parade. The group rides in the parade and can't believe the outpouring of love and support.
When we went into that parade, it was so phenomenally life-changing to have somebody stand up and say, you matter. And to have these wonderful people here that volunteer your time and say, you matter no matter what.
Both organizers and attendees say in the end, the weekend is about connections, about knowing you're not alone. Smith says it's not designed to fix problems, but to be a safe place to talk about them. She says the approach makes the event successful.
I believe that's because other organizations kind of don't know what to do with women vets. So they try and put on events that are healing. Whereas we say, just come, we want to honor you. We want you to laugh, we want you to come and have fun.
And as for the rain, it didn't seem to quash the excitement or joy for the women visiting. After all, they are called women warriors for a reason. Reporting in Green Bluff, Laura Papetti, KREM 2 News.
An incredible organization. And if you would like to learn more about the event and how to support it, you can find them on Facebook under Women Warriors and the Cowgirls. Later this week, KREM 2 will be announcing how we plan to support the effort. A group of community members are taking the time to honor veterans on this Memorial Day. You might have seen them today. They stood on the side of Division Street waving American flags. Group members say they wanted to show support for soldiers who gave their lives for our country. Sean Key started the tradition 5 years ago. He decided to pick up a street and spend several hours holding a flag. He says it's his way of reminding people of what this day is really about.
To see that we're not forgetting who their sons, their daughters, their fathers, their sons, uncles, aunts, that they sacrificed their life for us and for our freedom. And I want people just to remember every single day on this day. Not only on this day, but every day.
This year, Key says he is holding the flag for a fallen soldier from Lewiston, Luke Woolenweber. He says he hopes to one day have hundreds of people standing beside him with flags.